M wants me off the plane because I wouldn't give her kid my switch. M. Entitled mommy, me ek. Entitled kid far, flight attendant. So I was on a plane with my mom and sister to go to Chicago to see family for a week. I brought my Switch to play and decided to play some games. If you want to know which games, Mario Maker 2 and Yoshi's Crafted World. My mom and sister were fast asleep through all of this. A kid was sitting behind me watching me through the gap between my seat. About an hour into the flight he started to cry. I thought it was because his ears needed to be popped from all the pressure, so I continued to play my game. About 10 or so minutes later I feel someone tapping my shoulder. I turn around and the M is staring at me. Me, trying to be nice. Yes. M, you have something that my son wants. I thought she meant my drink. Me, no sorry that's mine. My mom got it for me to drink. Asterisk pointing at the Gatorade. M. No are you stupid? My son wants your game. Me. No sorry it's mine I bought it. M. I don't care if you bought it my son wants it so give it to him or I'll have you kicked off this flight. Her yelling attracted the flight attendant. Far. What's going on here? M. This kid stole my child's game. Far. Give her back her kid's game. Me. I didn't steal anything. She walked up to me and told me to give my Switch to her son. Far. Ma'am is this true? M. No he stole his game. Me. I can prove it's mine. I know the system's nickname and the accounts I have on it. I tell her what the nickname and accounts are in her ear so I can prove I'm right. Far. Okay ma'am if it's your son's what is the name of the accounts on the system? M says the name of what I'm guessing is her son's and her name. Far knows she's wrong, so she tells her to sit down and to stop bothering me. I'm not paying for crappy food. Cast M1 crazy fat, son of a bitch GS grill stuff C-cop. So here is the backstory. My family and I are on vacation and we went to this cool little indoor water park and hotel in the mountains. There's a grill restaurant in the water park that has a separate placing the order and actually paying. There's been some stealing from the place, so they have people walking around asking for receipts and making sure they paid for what they got. A mom and her kids looking around 5 to 7 years old got caught trying to sneak away with some food, never got to know what it was, and was asked to pay for the rest. She said no. Here's how it played out. GS, ma'am, please pay for the rest of your food. M, no. The food was cold so why should I pay for it? GS, because you bought it ma'am. M, it doesn't matter. I'm not paying for crappy food. GS, I'm going to have to get the cops involved if you don't pay ma'am. M, sure. They will see where I'm coming from. Yeah okay buddy. GS, calls cops. M proceeds to try and make a run for it but the GS, who was a pretty buff guy, tackles her and restrains her until the cops arrive. We were pretty high up in the mountains, so it took a while. In that while, she had to get 2 other people restrain her because of how much of a big person she was. Eventually the cops arrive and she gets arrested. TDLR, woman steals food and gets caught but doesn't pay. Trampoline park. I'm on mobile take it easy. Backstory / setting. I live in Tucson and there is this amazing trampoline park called Airtime and I go there a lot with my brothers and friends. It is littered with ek and eps, entitled kids and parents, and it is usually the same story, but this one is my favorite. It is a Saturday afternoon and we had just arrived and bought our socks that are required to have and our stickers with our set times on it. If you have 1 o'clock it lets the workers know you leave at 1 yano. Okay so my brothers and I were here for our baseball team party and my mom and I, we at the snack bar buying snacks for the team. The M and X show up. So we bought each teammate a drink and a candy bar and the total came up to about $30 and we were on our way when Mommy I want a snack too. The Ek was being a total brat. and his mom said to us, "Can't you buy my little guy some snacks too? You obviously have a lot of money." We were a bit taken back because she had her wallet out and she was begging us for money. "Sorry ma'am, we don't want to buy your son anything. This is for our baseball team." My mom was talking to the M while Ek was starting to cry. "Why? Your son looks well fed. How about you help out?" My M said. I think she was passive aggressively calling me fat and we refused, and she was steaming. She was ready to let it all out on us. "You and your selfish child are very rude. My son is hungry and you won't give him any." The manager or clerk at the desk interrupted her and just flat out told her to shut up, and I was like, thank you. I didn't want to listen to another second of that in my head. And we kinda walked out of there, and M kept yelling at the clerk and Ek kept crying. Well, that wasn't the most interesting post, but it was one of the most realistic on here. I didn't lose my laptop and didn't have to call the cops, but I did get a good story out of it. Thanks for reading. Why isn't she at school? There's nothing wrong with her. I remember this the other day when I was talking to mum about various apps after reading problem with disabled restrooms etc. Asked if she had issues with my brother when he had his leg surgery done. She said no, cause his was visible. Me on the other hand, in primary school, 1990 to 1995, I didn't go to school before recess, 11 AM, in winter as I had really bad asthma, and we had fog and snow not far away, and I'd get to school and collapse and mum would take me home again for a few hours. I was busy on the verge of passing out, and a rep thought I was putting it on. "Stop being silly and get to class. I'm going blue around the lips." Another parent who knew my family grabbed me and helped me out. I ended up getting a doctor's letter saying I could stay home those extra few hours in winter. Didn't shut the EPs up though. EP demands I give her child a ride on my industrial mower. So I work at a golf course in summer, and on this course the 9th hole is not back at the clubhouse. There is a snack shack there that is accessible to the public as well via a path that goes around the outside of the course. I work in the grounds crew, and on this particular day I was mowing the rough, longer grass around the 9th tee. I was on a large diesel, 3-deck rotary mower when I see a mother, EP, holding a kid who was maybe 3 or 4 years old. As I'm finishing a pass that ends near the snack shack, she flags me down. "EP, hey there, is it okay if you take my son with you on your mower for a little bit?" Me, slightly shocked. No, I can't do that, lady." EP, looking annoyed, "Well, my husband is playing golf here right now, so you need to." Me, "It's not safe for me to take a child with me on this machine." EP, "That's not acceptable, I demand." At this point I'd had enough and there was no way I was going to take the kid, so I revved up my machine, dropped my ear defenders back on, and spun up my decks and drove off, so I didn't hear how that sentence ended, which I'm sure would have been delightful. So that's my run-in with an EP that though I'd share, it could possibly belong in r/Entitledparents as well. Those cards aren't yours. Girls don't play with cards. Pretty boring, but I wanted to rant a bit. This happened when I was 6. I had just entered school, and I had some kind of rivalry with most boys in my grade as I wouldn't put up with them bothering me, and I'd just resort to hit them when they did. I suppose I had the habit because I watched the WWE and played wrestling with my brothers. Anyway, I had a cousin who collected a card game that was made in my country, Myths and Legends. I found the cards to be really cool, and I loved the artwork, so whenever he had repeated cards he'd give them to me, even though I didn't knew how to play and just wanted them because I thought they were pretty. One day I made the mistake of bringing the cards to school to show them to the small group of friends I had, and before going to recess I saved them in my bag. Big mistake. They were gone when I checked again, and I had no idea who could have taken them, so I asked around, and they pointed to one of my classmates, the Ek. I asked him to give me my cards back, and he denied having them, so I left, though I kept watching what he did just in case. The thing is, I eventually saw him playing cards with my cards. I don't remember if it was the same day or another one, but when my grandpa went to pick me up I told him he had taken my cards and he talked with the M. She knew the cards weren't X cards, but she said they're his, and anyway, why would a girl have those cards? They're for boys. I was mad, but I couldn't do anything, and my grandpa didn't do anything either. A bit anticlimactic. I suppose I couldn't prove the cards were mine to begin with. I wasn't one to steal stuff, but I wanted to steal my cards back, though I never got the chance, since he never brought them to school. I did beat him up pretty bad for taking my stuff later though.